Hi everyone. We are discussing goal setting. We are discussing how we want to use our most valuable, precious, irretrievable, scarce resource called time. We were talking about a long term goal, medium term goal, short term goal. Now we need to talk about a balance. Now we have various roles, as I was mentioning to you. Is there a balance? As I mentioned to you, you may be a writer, you may be an executive, you may be a member of a Lions Club or a Rotary Club, you may be a sports lover, you may have a pet, you are a father, you are a brother, various roles are there. You have to do justice. There has to be a balance, These days we talk about work-life balance. And if you do not appreciate this balance, you will not be an all-round personality. Because life is meant to be enjoyed. That enjoyment and that happiness and bliss comes when you take responsibility in all the roles that you take up. I mean it, you take up, right? You may decide not to get married and so you don't have a role of a husband. But the moment you get married, you are accepting the role of a husband. Please understand. You decide not to join a social club, a Lions or Rotary or whatever it is. You decide, absolutely it is your choice. Nobody is going to hold a gun here and say, join, right? But the moment you join, then you need to decide in that platform, in that role, what is your outcome? You should be very, very clear on this, right? You may decide not to do gardening, but the moment you decide to do gardening, then you are adding a role. And all these roles should be accommodated in 24 hours. In 168 hours in a week, in the 7 days that are available in a week, in the 365 days available in a year, because these units of time are frozen. If you take a new role, it does not mean that you are going to get an extra hour. Right? It's something like this. Once your building area is frozen, right? You have a wall here, you have a wall here, you have a road here, you have a wall on the other side, and let's say that it is 1200 square feet. What will get into 1200 square feet alone you will be able to construct. Please understand this. Because it is frozen. Right? So you need to fit in all your roles within the time that is available, because time is a fixed concept. It is not a flexible concept. I display a format which I give it to my students. I will also display it in a full screen so that you may make a note of it, right? For those who are interested in getting this or wanting this form, send an SMS to me by WhatsApp or email to me to the number that goes underneath this video. I can send the PDF copy of this, right? If you see the roles on one side, you have the role 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At the bottom, there is a column called a sharpen the saw, physical, mental, spiritual, social, emotional. I will explain all this to you. Then you have goals, right? That talks about a long-term goal. For those 7 roles, whatever you are having a long-term or a medium-term or a short-term goal, whichever is relevant, you have to take it up in that place. You should be conscious about mentioning it there. Then you have the weekly planning sheet, the horizontal column. Then you have the week off. So you have to write the week off. Let's say that we are talking about June 2023, the week of Monday through Sunday, right? Then you have weekly priorities. Now, in that column, you are going to talk about that week which role is going to have a priority. For example, if you are planning your daughter's marriage, and in that week you have to go to purchase textiles or jewelry or go and invite people, that role will have a highest priority that week at the cost of even other roles. Right? You may say no to your Lions Club meeting, you can say no to a Rotary Club meeting or whatever it is. So that is the weekly priorities. Then of course you have today's priority, because there is a date. You have got a week off and there is a date column also. In today's priority, in that role, what is the priority? So that's the, I think, today's priority, and that goes from Monday through Sunday, right? Then you have the appointments and commitments. So I have divided it from morning 8 to night 8 o'clock, 12 hours. Right. So for each of these role and for each of those long term or a medium term or a short term goal, you should have an appointment. That is, I mentioned to you some time back, a time zone and a time frame. Right. For example, you are learning, let's say, a music instrument. Right. You say 3 days a week. Right. So in one of the roles, you can put a music lover, and then what's your long term, medium term or short term goal. If you really want to make a big mark in that in the music field, then you should plan out enough number of hours. Right? If you are a writer and if you are very serious about the role as a writer, you decide your long term goal. Do you want to publish a book? And to what level you want to publish the book? What should be the reach kind of a thing? How many copies you want to sell? Which segment of the society you want to attack? Then do justice for that. Right? If you want to win, let's say, the Magazine award for your book, if you are going to spend about 10 minutes or 15 minutes a day, that's not going to make any sense. Please understand. So I have also given at the bottom evening. How do you want to spend the evening? What is up on a Monday evening? What's up on a Tuesday evening? What's up on a Wednesday evening? Right? So do that. Now this form I have used it and I have recommended it in my personal coaching sessions also. I recommend this. You need to have a balance. I want to give the example of a music director. He stands in front of his team, orchestra, and he has to ensure that there is a wonderful balance. Right? Maybe there are hundreds of instruments in front of him. He has to concentrate in every one of them. Even if one instrument is jarring, the whole music goes waste. So listen to every role speaking to you. Take care of every role. That is the purpose of balance, right? The way you are organized on a micro level, on a daily basis, on a weekly basis is very, very, very important, right? So, I have a set of roles, you have a set of goals, of course, that should mesh into your mission statement. Then long term is broken up into medium term and short term. Then the micro focus of daily and weekly basis. Try it out for a week. Again, habit formation is very important. Every week you do it for 10 weeks and you will understand the power of getting a balance in your life. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe, press the bell button. See you in the next episode.